It is officially the first day of fall today. I'm recording this video on Saturday. And so, of course, it's apropos. I'm gonna tell you my 3 favorite fall fragrances. Again, I pick ones that are not your typical ones that you hear about all the time, trying to introduce you guys to new things that you'll love. Find out what they are coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose here at Osme Perfumery. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. For those of you who've been around, thank you for everything. So today's video, of course, it is the first day of fall, and that means here in Miami, the temperature dropped this morning maybe about 2 or 3 degrees, which feels like 30 degrees for the rest of you guys. I mean, just even that slight temperature drop, less humidity in the air, brings a little bit of a crispness, a little coolness, and it also means we get to wear some different fragrances. I know it's crazy because it's such a small difference, but even here, it's all in your mind, right? It's all a matter of your perspective. And so for us, we get to wear some new fragrances, although typically I wear the same ones year round because we don't have big seasonal differences. But the 3 I'm gonna introduce you today are 3 of my favorites for fall that I put heavy into my rotation every year. And again, I like to pick ones that are a little bit different because that's, if you follow my channel, I introduce you to niche fragrances that maybe not everyone's talking about, or maybe not necessarily the most common hype fragrances that everyone mentions. So let's get right into this. First fragrance that I love for this time of year is Sinfonium. Sinfonium from, of course, Xerjoff. Look at that golden rich hue, that amazing color. Xerjoff, the Italian niche house, one of the best in my opinion in all of niche perfumery. Look at this sprayer. And it just has a golden feel. I've talked about this recently. How does a perfume make you feel? This makes you feel like alive. It has a golden-esque quality to it. And again, that's hard to put into words other than it just makes you feel almost kind of happy, makes you feel energetic. That's what this fragrance does for me. If you look at the notes on here, let me just read some of them to you. You have Spanish mandarin and Italian orange at the top. Then you have Indian cardamom, Belgian chocolate. So this is where the fall for me comes in. White musk, vanilla. You have then a mix of Laos and Thai ouds. So I love oud for the fall. To me, oud evokes that sense of burning wood, almost like a pyre, not a funeral pyre, but just burning wood, burning chips, burning oud, kind of that fall smell outside. Some people are burning leaves as they rake them up, although I think that's illegal in most places now because it emits some toxins. But you get the impression. You get what I'm trying to say here. This is all of that in this kind of golden wrapped, almost like wrapping a present. So just a wonderful, wonderful fall fragrance. If you haven't checked it out, go get your nose on Sinfonium. Next, this is gonna be my number 2 choice, and it's one that I'll be honest, it's in my personal collection. I haven't worn it as much recently because, like all of us, or like some of us, I have too many fragrances, and you tend to sometimes overlook things just for no other reason as it's just not at the front of your mind. Ligno, this is, if you are a patchouli lover, and again, for me, remembering the fall, patchouli is one of those essences, those smells that just evokes, for me, the feeling of fall, the feel of the kind of cool ground as it starts to cool down, the feel of that earthiness. I love patchouli, and this is probably, I'd have to argue, my favorite patchouli fragrance of all time, Ligno. But what it is, it's gonna be a somewhat linear fragrance, meaning you're not gonna have these like huge different breakdowns between the top, middle, and bottom. It's patchouli all the way through, but it mixes so well with the skin that it almost smells like a skin scent, but it's not. But it has has that feeling. Again, it just makes me feel warm. It makes me feel comfortable. This is a great fragrance when you are just, for me, I wore it yesterday working from the house, working at home all day. I just sat there, I could smell it as I'm on my computer typing, and it just was, you know, permeating all around my head and my neck, and it was just calming and beautiful, beautiful, simple fall fragrance. And when I mean say simple, I just mean that it's not gonna have all these variations of smells. You are going to get this patchouli right from the beginning, right to the end. So check it out from Jeroboam. Again, Ligno, one of my favorite fall fragrances. Trying to get it in focus there. All right, that's gonna lead me to my number one fall fragrance. Again, for those people who, you know, are looking for something atypical, not your standard fall fragrance. And this is one that I did a video of probably 3 or 4 years ago where I just really talked about this one, really talked it up. And that is Nanban from Arquiste. You know, I love this house. I did another video probably 5 or 6 months ago where, just for the fun of it, I picked my favorite niche house, and I did pick Arquiste because I love the combination of quality, price, design. Carlos, the owner, was an architect by training. I mean, these bottles are pieces of art. They're not typical fragrance bottles. They're not round. It's almost like a hand grenade, but and the tops. Quality of these fragrances, just the originality of these fragrances are so mesmerizing to me. And Nanban is, what's really interesting is I did a video where I said, to me, this is one of the most masculine. I've since talked to a lot of women who come in here and wear Nanban, including Bhavika, one of the co-owners, obviously, here of Osme, who wears this a lot herself. This is a fragrance, actually, I've learned that women love just as much, but for me, this was one of the most masculine fragrances in my collection. And when I want to wear it on a date, or I want to make an impression, or I want to go to an interview, haven't been to an interview in a long time, but saying this for everyone else out there, you know, if I'm going to court, put this on a suit, this fragrance is gonna just absolutely make you stand out. It's a beast mode fragrance. It projects, it gets you noticed, it gives you confidence. There's this black tea note at the top along with saffron, which really kind of, I think, transitions well into what's a darker, richer middle and bottom with leather and myrrh and coffee, olibanum, sandalwood, styrax. I love styrax. I put that in my most recent fragrance, Deco Noir, that I made. It's just a classic note that just gives some richness and some depth to a fragrance. So this fragrance just uses such amazing notes, such an amazing combination, so complex. This is, to me, the perfect fall fragrance right now. If you have not tried Nanban, and you've tried other Arquiste fragrances and you like them, you gotta check that out, all right? So there you go, my 3 favorite fall fragrances that I recommend for you guys to try. Let me know some of your favorites, again, in your comments. Let me know what you guys are wearing now for fall, since it's officially here. We are in autumn. Football is fully kicked in here in the United States, including soccer. We got a lot going on, and it's an exciting time of the year. I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you as always for watching, guys. Peace, love, and perfume.